After being left on the ground for 45 seconds, survivors will now gain the ability to pick themselves up without the need of any perks. This time is affected by recovery speed effects.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone?
That's funny.
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Behavior is about to drop another big game-changing update with this next PTB, starting with the new Mori system. And I've seen a lot of people, at least like in my chat, that didn't know about this, or maybe like they missed it when they did their anniversary stream, but
I was told about this, you know, salutes to one of my viewers. I think it was Unknown that told me. If I'm incorrect, correct me in the comments. But yeah, I think Unknown told me that, yo, did he hear about the big update that DBD's doing? And I'm like, yeah, I did actually. That Unbreakable is going to be a base kit. The Mori is going to work differently now. Something about like the last man standing and in certain parts or some shit. When the killer, I guess, is in your range, it's not gonna be like a down, it's gonna be like a Mori or some shit. But yo, I'm here to learn. Salutes to SpooknJukes. I've been subscribed to his channel for a minute, and yo, when Unknown told me, yo, you know, I would like to know your opinion and what's going on with the DBD update, I thought about SpooknJukes. So we here, and let's check it out.
But when all other survivors are dead, dying, hooked, or have escaped, you become the last standing. Both you and the killer's senses are heightened, granting you a wider field of view. That's interesting. I wonder if the killer will just have, like, Shadowborn. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that'll look like for the survivor. I'm interested to see. But it says rescuing a survivor will end the last standing phase. So basically, if you have one survivor standing and every other survivor slugged, that means that if the killer slugs all four of you, the game will just end.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's what that means, which is why they're adding in the base kit Unbreakable, which we'll get to. It also means if it's you and another survivor.
Hold up, so he said that once everybody is slugged, the game is just gonna end. Then how does the Unbreakable base kit, how is that gonna work? I mean, yeah, I'm wondering, like, how's that gonna work if we're all slugged, right? And then the killer continues just to fuck around and not pick one of us up. The Unbreakable shit should activate, right? For the game to just end like that, I think that's kind of weird.
Unbreakable, which we'll get to. It also means if it's you and another survivor that's hooked, then the last standing phase will begin, and if you get downed, you'll automatically get Mori'd. But if you save the survivor, then the last standing ends and won't be enabled till there's one survivor standing again. What's also interesting is it says there's designated areas that you will go for the Mori, so it's not like you're gonna down the survivor and you Mori them right there. Like it.
Alright, when the last survivor is down, the trial will draw to a climactic end. Both the survivor and killer will be moved to a preset point on the map, free of any obstructions that may get in the way, and the killer's Mori animation will begin. Any survivors still in the trial will be killed by the entity and treated like a sacrifice. What?
It just like takes you to like a scene, basically like a cut scene, and it's like fixed places on the map, so that way there's no walls or anything in the way, which is pretty cool. To me, this change is kind of bittersweet because it will be nice seeing Moris more often, because I myself don't really see Moris very often when I play Survivor. I'm still gonna miss using the Mori offerings because they are going away. Basically now the Mori offerings just give you blood points, so depending on how many survivors you kill, and you have to end the match with the Mori, meaning you can't give the last survivor hatch, then
what?
You will get a blood point bonus. Speaking of hatch, I have seen some people saying, oh, this system is going to take away giving the last survivor hatch, which I don't think is true. It just means you don't down them and carry them to the hatch. You basically just have to let them walk to it or guide them to it. You just can't, like, carry them on your shoulder. I know, like, a lot of killers like to do that, where it's like, oh, I want to carry you to the hatch, but you can't do that anymore because once you down them, you're just going to Mori them automatically, so you have to not down them and just guide them to it or let them escape.
Interesting.
And since they're changing the whole Mori system, they're also taking away the Mori ability from perks like Devour Hope and Rancor, which is kind of sad. So Devour Hope will still give you the exposed status effect, and once you have 5 tokens, you can just instantly sacrifice them, meaning if you down a survivor and they haven't been hooked yet, if you hook them, they'll just die if you have 5 stacks, which is, I mean, I guess it still does the same thing. It still pretty strong if you have 5 stacks, but obviously, you know, people love going for that 4 Mori, 5 stacks of Devour, which is, you know, a rare thing that would happen, but it was always really satisfying. And with Rancor, they just get exposed. That's pretty much it. You can't Mori them anymore. It's just like a permanent no-ed for the Obsession. Okay, so let's talk about this base kit Unbreakable. So like I said, I think once you down all 4 survivors, once the 4th one goes down, it will just basically, the match will end. I'm pretty sure is what it's saying, so that's why they have to implement this.
That don't make
system
sense.
Where once you're left on the ground for 45 seconds, you can pick yourself up. And they also made it to where now all of the perks, such as Unbreakable, Soul Guard, No Mither, Exponential, you can't pick yourself up with those by themselves. They just basically make it faster for you to pick yourself up.
Oh my
with the
God.
base kit Unbreakable. If
I
that
think
makes
that's
sense.
whack.
Essentially, you will always be able to pick yourself up off the ground after 45 seconds, but these perks will make it a bit faster. This change to me is
that
also
it?
another
Alright, so I
bittersweet
guess
one
hold
because
up,
I feel like-
Spooks, hold up, man, hold up. So I guess it's not too whack, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't really know what to say about it. It sounds like it's cool, but then again, I don't know. I guess I'd have to play to see what's up, you know?
Is also another bittersweet one because I feel like, you know, it is nice to be able to not get slugged for 4 minutes or bled out. You know, when that happens, it'll be nice to be able to get up. Obviously, you have to make it to where killers can't just slug everybody and win, you know, immediately with like Nurse, you know, just Nurse with Infectious Fright, just down everybody in 2 minutes and the match just ends automatically because of this new last person standing. But I also can see it being a bit annoying, perhaps, with like, you know, Sabo boil over squads. I don't know if that'll be an issue. We won't really know, I guess, until, you know, the PTB are testing things out. But I feel like a 4-man boil over Sabo squad with, you know, breakdown and all this stuff could probably milk the base kit Unbreakable pretty hard. I could be wrong too. Maybe it'll be harder than it sounds, but aside from that, I feel like it's actually an okay change because, like I said, it's never fun to get slugged on the ground for, you know, 4 minutes. Very, very interesting stuff. And again, another big game-changing update from Behavior. Stuff is changing pretty drastically, and this is a big year for changes in this game. Like the meta's shifting, the base mechanics are all shifting as well. Now, with Behavior making some survivor perks base kit, like Borrowed Time, for example, was the first one, and then now Unbreakable is going to be base kit. I'm wondering if they'll do the same with any killer perks.
No!
Me personally, if I could pick any 2 killer perks to be...
You better not fucking say no it, my guy. How much I want to bet he's gonna say no it? Look, I've been watching SpooknJukes for a minute. I know this motherfucker loves no it. So I'd bet $100 he's gonna say no it. Let's see.
The base kit alongside Borrowed Time and Unbreakable. My 2 choices would be Corrupt Intervention and No One Escapes Death.
Ah! I knew it. What the fuck, Spooks? But anyway, like I said, I've been following him for a minute. I haven't been to his like live streams on Twitch. I think I was there once. He's a cool dude, man. I like this guy. He's cool, but fuck that shit.
No, big shocker. Now, this is just an idea, a thought. Nothing like, I'm not saying this should be in the game. I know there's people who are like,
Listen, you dumb idiot. How could you suggest something so stupid? That idea is terrible. Fuck you and die.
Facts.
Calm down. It's just a suggestion, just something that I think could maybe be cool or add dynamic to the game. But again...
But know it as a base kit, my dude? I don't know. I'm not with that.
There's probably better suggestions. I don't know. Let me know down below. But Corrupt Intervention is just kind of a no-brainer. It'd be nice to just have that sort of base kit gen defense at the beginning because, you know, sometimes you have survivors spawn together. They just jump on a gen with toolboxes and Prove Thyself, and you happen to patrol the wrong way. Maybe when you're patrolling at the beginning, you know, depending on the gens you pick, you might just lose a gen because you chose wrong. So it'd be nice to just have a little bit of extra time or leeway at the beginning to get the ball rolling before you lose a gen or potentially 2 gens. But even more so than Corrupt Intervention, I would love to see base kit no-ed. Now, again, I know that's no surprise coming from me, and I know a lot of people hate no-ed, but just Just hear me out.
No.
If the survivors knew that Noed was going to be a thing every game no matter what, they would probably spend a bit more time cleansing totems when they see them to try to prevent that from happening in the end game, which means they would spend that time getting off of gens, which would in turn help the killer. I think it should still be as it is right now, where it shows the aura over time, so that way survivors can still find it and cleanse it, especially for solo queue. It's very helpful for them to see that aura over time. Really, it just helps the killer get maybe an insta-down or two. I've said this before, but I've always loved Noed as survivor because I like that added suspense. I like the sort of, you have to make a decision.
It's kind of cheap, though.
In the moment, like, okay, do I just leave? Do I try to find the totem? Do I go for the save while Noed's active? Like, there's so many, like, split-second decisions you have to make when Noed's active, and I think it just adds a lot of suspense, especially if you've completely just destroyed the killer, and they've only...
It does add suspense, all right? I agree with that, but I'm still going with it's kind of cheap, bro. To me, it's kind of cheap. Also, the scratch marks, I think that's cheap, bro. So, hey, that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but yo, let's continue.
You have like a few hooks, and you're like, well, we can just trade and get out, and it's easy peasy. Noed adds that extra suspense of, okay, we could potentially all still die here. So we have to play strategically, we have to play smart, we have to make decisions, and I've always liked that. So yeah, between survivors likely cleansing totems more frequently, because they want to prevent Noed, because they know it's going to be there all the time. Like I said, we'll save, you know, the killer some time if they're getting off of gens to cleanse totems, and then also just having that suspense in the end game all the time. I just think that'd be cool. Maybe these suggestions are absolutely terrible. I don't know. I think it would be cool, and if they don't do it, which they probably won't, then that's fine. I'm still going to play the game, so...
Same here.
I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on Base Kit Unbreakable, the new Mori system, on any other perks on either side you would like to see become Base Kit. I don't know, it's just crazy to see how rapidly things are changing all of a sudden. It's
Facts.
like the game wasn't changing this much for such a long time, and then all of a sudden it feels like just boom, all these massive changes are happening. I don't know, it just feels weird. It's refreshing, but it's also kind of like, whoa. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
So, salutes to SpooknJukes, man. You know, I like this dude. He's a dope DBD content creator and stuff. And, yo, hey, he's not wrong yet. Noah does add suspense. But for a base kit, hell no. Also, Unbreakable being a base kit is interesting. I don't know, like, what to say about it. Like I said, you know, I'd rather play the game and get a feel of it. But it's interesting. It's interesting that they made Borrow Time base kit. Now it's going to be Unbreakable. And the only thing I'm going to question is, why now? Slugging has been in DBD for quite some time. You feel me? And it's like, I'm happy that they're doing something about it now. But why now? You feel me? Like, it should have been done a while ago. But hey, man. I'm interested to see how the game's going to turn out with this massive update. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how DBD's been going for y'all. I know I haven't been streaming for a minute, but yo, man, I got my controller now. I'm about to rock out these streams. I hope to see y'all there. I hope you're having an amazing day. And yeah, man, keep the positive vibes up and the negative shit out. And with that, I'm out. So stay safe, stay blessed. Always rap on point. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Peace and unity. Till next time, adios.